Yongqing. So he came from a port named Shantou in China to Kuala Lumpur in 1885. So Mr. Yongqing, he came to Malaysia at the age of 14 to make pewter. Pewter is a combination of tin, antimony and copper. Now here on your right, this is our founder's first shop house at Cross Street, near the Time Street. And the man in the middle, he is Mr. Yongqing, but he was young. Alright, so now let's take a look over here. So here on the top screen, this is Kuala Lumpur during the 19th to 20th century. And back in those days, Kuala Lumpur is known as a tin mining town. So from here, these are some of our tin mining activities. Then on your right, these are all for pewter collections. You get to see these collections at our museum later on. Okay, so now let's take a look on the other side. This is our founder's third son, Mr. Yongqing. And on top is Mr. Yongqing's shop house at Kuala Lumpur. So until 1977, he moved the factory here to where we're located right now. So this is currently our headquarters. Then here on the right, this is some of the famous visitors that visited Royal Selangor in the past few years. So then now Gibson, Bill Clinton, Martha Stewart and many more. And then here below, these are our collaborations with all these international award-winning designers. You get to see some of these pieces at our showroom later on. Okay, so now we're going to 100 years ago in Malaysia and currency. You get to see the actual one from here. Okay, so over here, these are all animal bodies in the form of the crocodile, the elephants, and the tortoise. So they're all made up from pure tin. So the heavier it is, the more valuable. But this is not easy to carry around, so people eventually started to use this, the money tree. And for this one, you just need to break off the coins of the branches to use it. So for the branches and the trunks, you can send it back to the factory to be melted and reused again. So now let's take a look at our second exhibition. So over here, this is the wooden pan they use for dulang washing. So dulang washing is the most traditional way to mine tin. So it's actually the same process as panning gold. So the work is they collect all the tin ore from the river and then send it to the factory to be melted into tin ingots like this. So for an ingot, it's 45 kilos, very heavy. Alright, so now let's take a look here in front of you. Collections collected from China, Singapore, and also Malaysia. So all these collections, they're all done by hand, handmade, handcrafted. Okay, so now we're done. Let's gather around. Okay, so now here in front of you, this is the wall of touch marks of our company. And the first square touch mark over here, it says Yu He to see. So it's a meaning of jade, his pure tin. This touch mark is used by our founder, Mr. Yongqing. So our founder, he has 4 sons. All of his sons started their own pewter business under different brand names, including the Malayan Pewter, Tiger Pewter, Lion Pewter, and Selangor Pewter. However, after World War II, only Selangor Pewter survived the business. So this is owned by our founder's third son, Mr. Yongqing. And until 1992, we're given the title Royal by the Sultan of Selangor. So then we changed our name from Selangor Pewter to Royal Selangor Pewter. And now we have 2 sister companies specialized in making gold and silver as well. To remove the pewter and change it to Royal Selangor. So you either get to see this or this touch mark at the bottom of the company's products nowadays. Okay, so it's belongings, and the painting on the wall is our founder, Mr. Yongqing. So when our founder posted for the artist, he only wore a white vest. So the suit and the tie, they are painted to it later on to make him look more like a businessman. Over here, the Yongqing, he will sit on this long bench to make his pewter crafts. So our founder, he had only used these tools to make this, the melon teapot right behind. From the mirror below. All this lucky teapot. So there's a story for this. So back in World War II, there's a young man named Aham. So he was wandering around warehouses looking for food for his family at that time. So when he went in a warehouse in Kuala Lumpur, he saw this melon teapot on the floor. And he bent down to pick the teapot up. Suddenly, a bomb scrambled. It flew past his head. So he believed that this melon teapot has saved his life. So he brought his teapot back home and called it his lucky teapot. So then when years went by, one day he sent his teapot back to our factory for polishing. Only then our workers, they recognized the touch mark at the bottom of the teapot. So this is how we brought this teapot back from Aham to Royal Selangor. Right, so then over here, both of these designs compared to the melon teapot. Alright, so now we're done here, let's get it. So now here in front of you, this is the 3 towers model made by our company. So this is made up from 7,062 of pewter tankards, where we stack it up all one by one from the bottom all the way to the top. So it has a height of 9.1 meters, but compared to the actual one, this is 50 times smaller. So if you'd like to get a picture over here, feel free to use it. Okay, so after you've finished working, kindly return the tablet. So pewter, you can maintain the temperature for about 30 to 40 minutes. So it's very suitable for cold or hot drinks. Alright, so now here we are at our first station, the casting station. So in the hot pot, the pewter mounted at 250 degrees Celsius. And our craft lady over here, she's making the handle for the tankard, this one. And the handle is hollow. So first, she'll secure the mold tightly and then carefully pour in the molten pewter. So after about 3 seconds, and then here you go, the handle is formed. So you can take it out, melt away the excess part, and put it aside to be cooled down. So let's take a look at it one more time. First, secure the mold, and then carefully pour in the liquid metal. Alright, so it only takes about 3 seconds for it to solidify, and then here you go. Have the handle. So all 4 companies' products, they're all cast out using their own mold just like this. Alright, so now we are done here. Let's take a look at our next thing. This is our second station, the polishing station. For example, like our cast out tumblers, the surface is still very dull like this. So our craft lady, they will use the steel blade to give it a polish. And during polishing, pewter shavings is produced. So this is what you saw in the large container just now. And now you get to touch it and see how it feels. It's actually quite soft. Alright, so then later on, our craft lady, they will use the scotch pads to give the cups a sateen finish like this. And lastly, they'll send it to the hand hammering station to hammer off the dimples. However, for more intricate designs like this, we won't use this polishing method. We'll use the hand finishing method. So then we shall take a look at our next station right over there. Alright, so over here, this is our hand finishing station. For example, like our cast out honey tree. There are still many rough edges like this. So our craftsman over here, he will use the filing tool to file off all the excess parts one by one. And then later on, he will use the sandpaper to work with the details. And then the whole monetary really stands for sandblasting to make the surface more even like this. So after many of the scotching and buffing, it will become a final product like this. So besides from our hand-polished money tree, over here we have our hand-polished tea caddy. So inside you can put tea leaves or coffee beans. So when you put the lid down, it actually slides down by itself, passing the air out. So inside it's airtight, so you can keep your food there. So they are perfectly polished to the right angle, and they are all done by hand. You get to see more of our tea caddies at our showroom later. Okay, so now hand hamlet region. So all the dimples on the tumblers, they are hammered one by one shade. So there are about 700 dimples for a tumbler like this. And she needs to hit twice at the same spot. So if she makes any mistake, the whole thing goes back into the hot pot, we melt it, and we do it all over again. Our craftsmen here, they've been trained for at least 6 months a year to master this skill of hammering. And our craft lady over here, she has gotten her golden handprint at the wall of hands. For keychains or jewelry. So this will take about an hour. It's 180 Malaysian ringgit per person. And on the other side is the screw of hard knocks and the burrs for ice cream. So that will take about 20 minutes. So 75 Malaysian ringgit per person. So you get to bring whatever you made home. So if you're interested to join our workshops, you can sign up for the workshop at our sponsor in the showroom. In front of you, this is our founder's third son, Mr. Yong Peng Kai Peterman. So now our company is run by Mr. Yong's fourth generation, so it's still a family business. So when you're done visiting our factory, now let's take a look at our showroom so you get to see the finished product.